What's going on? Let's get this set up right. Oops, see that the thing won't. I just figured I'd make a head and a body shape. It's basically going to be, two separate objects. Just looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, where will the neck be? How can I? Okay, so I've decided to make him kind of hunched over a little bit, That's kind of where it is now. And then I decided to go online and look for some poses, just Google like anime. And one of the things I've learned through doing this for a while now is nothing beats having a reference. Like, don't start from scratch just trying to remember what anything looks like. And I found this dude, from My Hero Academia. Real talk, I didn't know anything about My Hero Academia until I found the image online, and then I went to check it out. It seems really fucking dope, actually. So I'm gonna start checking it out. Like a sphere that I turned into a flattened sphere eventually. Essentially, a flat. Yo, that's hard to say, man. Sphere, and I'm making just general body shapes and just the positioning, based on the image. The interesting thing about doing this is a 2D image and you take it and turn it into 3D. I get to spin around and look around. There's information about the shape that you can't get from the picture. So that's where the creativity is and a bit of the art comes in. Working on the butt cheeks. Again, something you don't even know what that looks like back there. But I figure it's a tight suit, butt cheeks come out. Now she's got a belt. So in terms of the gender of the character, I don't know yet. I'm just kind of rolling with it. But it's got some wrinkles in this. It's a tight suit, but it's not like a bodysuit, And I'm just looking at all the stress points. If that person was really in that position, how would that tax the clothes? Like, how would it stretch and deform the clothing? I'm trying to figure out what that would look like. And again, I can use references to look at that, look at references from real people. All you gotta do is Google it and it's all there. So here's one part that I hate, man. I hate doing fingers. Fingers is, if I'm doing a full body character, you gotta do fingers. A lot of times I'll do just busts, from the chest up. I'll do just busts just to avoid doing fingers. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. I'll rock that. I'll keep doing that for a while, and then eventually, the truth is, if I ever want to become a fuller artist, I'll have to get into fingers eventually, right? If I want to do a full body, or I could just rock out and be a bust specialist. I don't know. You need a chin, I'll give you a chin. I can do chins for days. So here's my hand. Honestly, I hate fingers because they're tiny, and there's a lot of little detail that make them cool. And real talk, ideally, I have this ideal fingers thing. The artists who did Enter the Spider-Verse, man, check those out. Check the fingers on that. Check those bad boys out. Those some sexy fingers right there, man. Animated fingers. There's a fluid kind of coolness to them and really clean lines. And so that's something I'm striving towards as I work on these fingers here. If you looked at me do a finger 6 months ago, I was way off. Now I'm just off, which is progress. On the left side of the screen, all that stuff here, these are like different paintbrushes. And some of them pull, some of them push, some of them like carve and create little crevices, some of them warp. This might be the best hand I've ever done, man. I'm telling you, I hate hands. They're the worst. But that felt okay. So the other hand in the reference picture is a fist. So this time the approach is going to be very different. The thumb has a unique placement, and so I give it its own object, and I kind of do that process similar to the first time. But this one, in terms of the other fingers, I'm just going to have a block, and I'm just going to carve it out. I'm carving little grooves and crevices that will make it look like fingers, but it's not. I hope that made sense. let me put that circle in, let me see what that looks like, and just make it glow, put a glow material on that, just to see what that would look like. And I thought that was dope. I said, okay, great, I'm liking that. That kept me excited about, you know, like figuring this out, because I wasn't really sure if it was coming out great or not. But anyway, that circle made it cool again. So I'm like, all right, let's go. After doing all that work on those fingers, the last thing I was gonna do is a bunch of toes. So, you know what I'm saying? In a different situation, if I had more time, if this was a project of a different kind, I would like do individual toes the same way I did that. I was like, nah, let me just put him in some Uggs, man. You know what I mean? Why not, yo? Who remembers Uggs? Do you remember Uggs? I remember out in college, all the girls had Uggs, man. They were like boot slippers. It was crazy. Bam. See, what's crazy, you put the light back on, all of a sudden the Uggs look crazy, fire. In this program, anything you make, you can make it any material you want it to be. It's crazy powerful. Alright, so here I added a cool adornment to the Uggs. So now, as soon as you do that, check this out. I added some detail. Now it's not Uggs anymore, is it? Look at that. First, y'all were joking on him because he had Uggs, but now, look at that. So now I'm like, all right, let me just add some color onto these and really start to get into some of the details. So, kind of took the bags from the other side, flipped it, and reversed it. It's near flippy dippy flam yam. Okay, I look back at the reference and he had a watch. So I go, okay, let's get the watch going. I changed the smoothness of the roughness of his shirt. So now it looks like what, spandex or latex or something. Spandex. What the hell is spandex? What is spandex? I gotta look that up. I know that latex is what I was trying to say. Yeah, of course. I love spandex. Ridiculous. Yeah. I was really thinking more about latex, but spandex is great as well. You can do that if you want, whatever fabric you want. It's crazy. Thank you, Google. I realized there's some creativity opportunities there, because a lot of the other stuff, I'm just taking the body type and shape of the reference, not taking it, I'm trying to mimic it a lot. And I said, you know what, in the face is where I have some freedom to get creative and bring some of me into it. Is he in a defensive posture right now or an offensive posture, you know? And it's an interesting question. It depends on how you perceive the positioning of his arms and his leg and his head tilt, you know? Is he blocking the sun right now? Or is he about to do an audio cut? It depends. I think it depends on like how you view the world, even, or the context of what you think this is. If I told you, I said he's a Power Ranger, so there's some, you know, he's a more aggressive character. But if I had been neutral, if I didn't prime it, you know, I find that crazy. And like doing this helped me understand that, actually, you know, on a given day, in a different moment, a different headspace, if you're a different person, you look at that same thing and it evokes a different feeling. And it's like, how can we communicate that well? How can we understand each other's ways of seeing, you know? That's crazy. So essentially I wanted like a cool afro, man. I wanted big, beautiful hair, and that's what I got. And I got a nice little texture to it. Like, boom, that's where we're at. So then I moved back to the clothing. Like, let me try different colors, you know. The Lost Power Ranger Baris. Yo, thank you for watching this. I hope this was fun or something and entertaining. And if it was, I'll try to keep doing them, yo. Appreciate it.